Hello Year 3, it's Miss Cartwright here for your literacy lesson today. So let's get started then. Today's date is Wednesday the 17th of March and our learning objective today is to write a fact file. So if you can get out your purple book now and write that in your very neatest handwriting, we can get started. So for today's lesson you are going to need your planning sheet, so the sheet that you use to plan your fact file, okay? So this has got all the information about your chosen animal on that you're going to be writing about today, okay? So you are going to need this. You're also going to need this sheet as well, your sentence starter sheet. And then finally your purple book, because obviously you're going to be writing straight into your book today. Okay, I know there are a couple of other sheets in your book, but if you could save those for our publishing day on Friday, that would be great. So write this straight into your purple book today, okay? So let's start writing them. Okay, so this is how we are going to set out this work on your page. So at the very top of your page, you should have your dum-dums. So your date, underline, misalign, learning objective, underline, misalign, start, okay? So you should have that already at the top of your page. Then, what goes at the top of your fact file? It's the title, isn't it? So my fact file is all about badgers, but yours could be about something else because you have done your own research. So it might be about a squirrel or an adder, or I think I have got one Year 3 doing a bullfinch. Okay, so it's all about the creature that you have chosen. So you're going to write it in the centre of your page and underline it really neatly, okay, because that is your title. Next up, we need a subtitle, okay. So today we are going to just focus on two areas. We're going to look at the appearance and the diet of this creature. So the appearance, what do badgers look like, okay? So that is my subheading. I have asked a question because I want them to keep reading on, and I have underlined my subheading. Right then, so let's have a look at the appearance. So I have taken this off my planning sheet, and this is my practice sentence from yesterday, okay, which is going to be really helpful for today. So let's start writing some sentences then. Okay, so I've got my title and I've got my subheading. Let's read the first sentence then. So badgers are unique mammals with stocky and powerfully built bodies. So I've taken this information from my plan. I've taken that they are mammals and the shape of their bodies, okay? So for this part, you might want to introduce what type of animal is your creature. Is it a reptile? Is it an amphibian? Is it a bird? Okay? So introducing the animal now. With a sentence, I have got my conjunction in there, I've got my capital letters and full stops. I would then tick this off the sheet to show that I have included this information in my writing. Next up then, so I have decided that I want to tell the reader that they have a black and white striped face and they have grey fur, okay? This isn't a sentence at the minute, so I need to turn it into a sentence. So, they are covered in grey fur and their face has black and white stripes, okay? Great simple sentence. I have got a capital letter, full stop and another conjunction in there, okay? Let's have a look at our next sentence then. The final sentence that I am going to add is on average. So this is from my practice sentence yesterday. I have used this sentence starter. On average, badgers weigh around 10 to 12 kilograms and the creatures are 90 centimeters in length, okay? So I've used a sentence starter there. I would say you need 3 or 4 sentences underneath your subheading. Tell the reader all about your creature, okay? So 1 paragraph for each subheading. Our next section now is all about diet. So I have taken this from my plan. So my notes, my research from the other day, all about hedgehogs, okay? And this is my practice sentence from yesterday, okay? Where I'm just getting used to writing these sentence starters to help me when it comes to forming some sentences, okay? Let's have a look how we're going to do that then. I have titled this next section then, What Badgers Eat, okay? This is all about their diet. So my subheading is What do badgers eat? And I have underlined that. And I've got my question mark as well. But obviously yours won't be about badgers if you're not doing about badgers. It might be what do foxes eat? What do squirrels eat? What do adders eat? You get the message, okay? So, like many, I have taken that off the sentence starter word mat. Like many forest-dwelling creatures, badgers survive on an omnivorous diet of plants and animals. Okay, you can magpie this first section if you want to. So forest-dwelling, they live in the forest. Badgers survive on an omnivorous diet of plants and animals, okay? That just means what their diet is. If they're carnivores, they would survive on a carnivorous diet, okay? So that is my first sentence. Let's have a look at my next sentence then. Usually, their diet consists of earthworms and other invertebrates. So I have taken this from my practice sentences yesterday. I've got my sentence starter usually with the comma. Their, make sure it's the right type of their, diet consists of earthworms and other invertebrates, okay? Let's have a look at my next section. I would be ticking this off my plan as well to make sure you've covered everything on there, okay, as well. What do badgers eat? So, I have taken the next part off my plan, okay? So sometimes that's from my word mat. Badgers eat forest fruits such as pears, apples and elderberries, okay? So I have got a list of fruits there. So I have separated them with commas and the final one with an and, okay? So make sure you do that. If you have got lots of items to list, you need to make sure they are correctly punctuated with commas and an and, okay? That makes sense. So I have ticked off mostly all of these foods now. I just haven't covered these last two. But that would be my next sentence that I would write, okay? So you are going to be writing 3 or 4 sentences for this one as well to form a paragraph. Okay then, so I've just brought all that together just to show you how it's going to be set out on the page, okay? So we're just focusing on these 2 paragraphs today. You've got your title, your subheadings, they're underlined. You've got your dum-dums, okay? So it should look like something like this in your book, okay? Let's have a quick recap then before you start writing. So you're writing about your chosen animal, okay? Not the badger. You're not just copying what I have written, you're choosing your own animal. The animal that you have done all your research about, okay? Whether that's the owl, the squirrel, we've got lots of different animals that you have chosen, okay? So it's about your chosen animal. You are going to set your fact file out neatly in your purple book, not on any of the sheets, so please write it out in your book, okay? You are going to use varied sentence starters, and we're looking for perfectly formed sentences, okay? Capital letters, full stops, and neat handwriting, okay? Perfect sentences, that's what we are looking for, okay? So you're not writing loads and loads and loads. 3 or 4 sentences for each one. That would be amazing. Okay, we can't wait to see some brilliant writing today. Good luck, boys and girls.